just dropped a brand new YT video with the new AMZ Masterclass coach. 5 huge mistakes Amazon sellers make. I gave my 5 mistakes. He gave his 5 mistakes. So if y'all haven't seen that, go check it out. Let me know once you find out more on it. Thanks, brother. No problem. Also, yeah, look into it yourself as well, Patel. Because if Amazon themselves said it, then yeah, you would just want to get that done. My inventory sold out in 2 weeks, but I'm stuck in inventory with account level reserves. Yeah, it's kind of normal for that to happen in the beginning, but congratulations on selling out very quickly. People are so funny. Respectfully, I agree, Kevin. 100%. What's a good CVR, and is there a way to see similar ASIN CVRs? Yeah, through brand metrics, Gabe. If you're brand registered, my product is not selling. What do I do? I'm assuming you're doing private label. It would depend. First off, I'm going to give a shameless plug right now. Anybody who is struggling on Amazon or is interested in learning how to sell on Amazon, the AMZ Masterclass is for you in the TikTok bio. I help people just get started. I help people scale their Amazon businesses. So just a shameless plug. But it's going to depend on the market that you launched. It's going to depend on the differentiator that you chose. It's going to depend on the launch strategy. How are you performing on your ads? How are you converting on your ads? Starting an Amazon business is kind of like running a race, okay? When you get to the starting line, there was a lot of preparation that went into it before you actually start the race, right? That is Amazon in a nutshell. When you launch a product, that's the starting line. All of the things, setting up the account, doing the product research, contacting manufacturers, that is the preparation for the race. Everything after is the race itself. How do you handle your bookkeeping? I have an accountant and then also QuickBooks. Yes, I am. It's just a way to save money apparently, but in my case, it seems to add more. Yeah, I'll look into it more as well. What up, Chase? What app do you recommend for A+ content? I don't use an app for it. I have a team create my A+ content and then I upload it to Amazon. Was good. How are you doing, man? Was good, FBA. I still love that username. Was good. All right, we will probably do some product research here in a little bit. It's been honestly like a month since we've done live product research, so we'll do it. We'll do it with Data Dive as well, because no Helium 10. How often do you usually go live? Every day, Monday through Saturday. Everybody turn on live notifications, because I'm not the best. I've been going live for years, and I've never been the best at this time every day I go live. So if you guys just want to know, get a notification, oh, Luke's on live right now, turn on live notifications on my profile. Because Saturdays I go live early. Usually I'd go live after 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but more recently, today, it's 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's also because I've been waking up early, so I've been going to bed earlier. What is the name of the business that made you the most money and how much? I don't share the business because that doesn't really make any sense. Here's how much. This is the business that made me the most money on Amazon. And here are the products that I sell for everybody who's struggling to find products to sell or know what to sell on Amazon. So yeah, that doesn't make too much sense. But my top categories: health and household, and then home and kitchen. And then more recently, baby and toy products have been on the up and up as well. Those are always good products if you can find the right ones. Legacy, thank you for the follow. Do I have to sell the same product, a little bit new design? Well, yeah, same product, but make it better. How long do you start seeing profit when starting FBA? It's going to be different for everybody, Cookie. Some people, it'll take a few months. Some people can be profitable right off the bat. Some people, they need to make multiple optimizations before they turn a profit. So everybody's journey is going to be different. Nobody can give you like a straight, this is the exact answer. Imagine that. Yeah, right? That would be sweet. Shoot, I even to this day, I wish I had that. These are all the products that have made me the most money. You should go sell them too and just make them better. Sick. Thanks for the list. I spend so much money on product research every month. I mean, that's for me and my students, but yeah, it's a grip to build out a team like I have. What up, King? If you did research and launched a product with Vine, but still very few sales, what can you do? Optimize your listing, improve your images. Sometimes I'll do multiple versions of just my main image alone. So remember, I don't know if you were here when I said the race analogy, but having a business launched on Amazon, that's the start of the race. Everything else is the race itself. I was immediately profitable until I got the hammer. Are you still trying to fight that, Kev? I switched the category from my product 5 days ago, then 5 days straight, 0 sales. Were you getting consistent sales before that? Change the category back. What's going on at Amazon today? Their news, I don't understand. Amazon, outside of being an e-commerce platform, they have, I believe it's AWS, Amazon Web Services. They host a majority of the websites in the United States. So like Walmart, even phone games. The only reason I know this is because I saw a video like Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, some crypto exchanges. Like they host their website through Amazon. Amazon had a bug today. Something happened. They still claim they don't know what it was. And so thousands, if not tens of thousands of websites today were all down. Matt is a fan. He just got hit with the block, man. I gave him an offer. He didn't want to take the offer. So it's no use in just imagine spending your day coming in and just trying to spew negativity. It's cute, but it's all good. Wallpaper, baby. I don't mind what the wallpaper thinks of me when I walk in the room. He could, if he was so confident, he could have won himself 10 G's. He would have lost 10 G's. I read somewhere that Amazon treats it as a new launch in a new category. No, I don't think so. Because sales history is going to play a factor into that as well. They're not going to just like drop your sales. If my product is 20 to 30 range, is that good enough? It should be at least 30. When you and Hamza come live together, we'll probably do another live on Wednesday. That's the plan. Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The category before was technically correct, but all my competition are under a different category. Then change it back, especially if you like. Amazon's all about testing. So like, let's say that I have one main image, my product selling decently, or I have a good CTR, and then I change it to a different main image, and then my CTR completely drops. Well, that's enough. That's the data in that test for me to be like, okay, I should switch back to what I had before. I have Hair Beauty Supply Amazon account approved. I will like to sell those products online. Nice. Get it going. That category has more competition, more searches, more traffic. Again, your success isn't going to be based on the category itself. The only time like changing the category can help you is like to a less competitive category for you to get the best seller badge. Because it's based on organic rank, where your product organically ranks on the page. Nobody's looking and being like, oh, this is the number 19 best seller in this subcategory versus the number 25. I'm not going to buy the number 25. Nobody looks at that. So the only way it really benefits you is if you're on track to get like a #1 bestseller badge. Gotta love them busters. That's what I'm saying, man. You walk into a room of 100 people, 90 of them are sure to be busters. What about women's sandals, t-shirts? Two of the worst products that you can think of selling. 5.5. Hair braiding. So guys, anybody who's like, what about this product? What about this product? What about this product? The only thing that can answer that is the data. Does the data on that product look good? If the data doesn't look good, it doesn't matter what the idea in your head is. It's not a product that you should go sell. We make, as Amazon sellers, as successful Amazon sellers, we base decisions on analytics, not feelings. All facts, no feelings, like I like to say. So I might feel like I want to sell lifting wrist straps, which was a product that I launched back in the day, because I go to the gym, I use that product. That would be a great one for me to sell. I launched it and it miserably failed because it was not a good product to sell on Amazon. The numbers didn't line up. Are there any review sites you recommend? You shouldn't use review sites. Too many horror stories. My profit margin currently is showing 29%, but I'm already so deep into the product. What do you think? How are you already so deep into the product? I mean, there's a lot of negotiations that you can do to get it up 1%. That's not the worst. I would get it to that 30% mark, but it's not like you have to negotiate with a supplier, 30% off the cost of goods. You're talking about a very fractional margin there. I have a product idea, but I'm not sure if it's listed. Are you supporting product idea that I want to start? What do you mean, am I supporting the product idea you want to start? Shoes and clothing is a horrible category. Absolutely terrible categories. Two of the highest return rates on Amazon, if not the two highest return rate products. Don't sell items you think will sell. Sell them only based on the data. All facts, no feelings. Amazon category recommendation, always good. Yeah, it's pretty on point. In God we trust, all others must bring data. I like that. I like that. I don't know if you want me to call you by your real name, but I like that, Big Fish. What if I did the research and it showed low competition, but the sales are slow and reviews aren't great? I mean, you shouldn't base it on a software telling me or telling you that it's low competition. You should be reading the data to see if the competition is low. And then there's a lot of other things within that scope that you should be looking at. When do you need a prep center and private label? I don't use prep centers. I've been doing this for 7 years. Is 500 to 2K products sold each month a go market? It depends on a lot of different criteria points, y'all. Do you guys want to do product research? Because it seems like we're getting a lot of product research related questions. Does your class talk about how to do this? My class talks about everything. But yes, it does. Not only that, we have the product selection option. I'm pretty sure Kev is in here, and he already got a product, winning product. He's running into some troubles with it that has nothing to do with the product itself, but God willing, he's going to get it fixed. Hop on a call with the team, KJ. Missing a lot of related data you need to consider. Yes. 4 M's in a year. Yes. Yes. Do we want to, let's see, if we get 10 ones in the chat, we'll do product research. If not, we can just keep answering questions. But number one, side note, anybody who thinks that I'm about to give them a product to sell, that's not why we do product research. He said, boo, 99. We do product research to show you guys how to do it. I will never, do not think that I'm about to show a product that you should go sell. Just a side note, in case that was going to influence anybody's decision. A lot of people, I'm not saying anybody in the live, but generally people want things handed to them, and it's not about handouts. It's about, like my boy Big Fish. It does nothing for me if he comes and just hands me a fish. But if he teaches me how to fish, that's a skill that I have for a lifetime. So I'm here to teach people how to fish. I'm not here to give you your first fish for free. Do you have profitable auto terms and exact match campaigns? Yes. Sad you have to say that. Yeah, man, it's the reality of it. It's all good. I don't know. I can go on a whole rant as to why that's not the move, and the internet's kind of corrupted. Um, the internet's corrupted the way that people look at business and how what it takes to be successful. But that's just the world we live in. Can you check my product listing if I do it according to you? If you're in the program, yes. I don't, out of respect to my students who pay for direct access to me, I do these lives. I post 5. I've been posting 5 videos a day on TikTok. Make sure y'all are tapped into them. So I put out a lot of stuff out there, but out of respect for the people who pay for direct access to me, that is exclusive. So many people these days just expect to hand out, never want to put in any work. That's part of the, honestly, don't even blame them, man. It falls into the things that they hear on the internet. Can I reach 10K in 3 months? Hypothetically, sure, but that's not the way you should look at business. You won't respect anything if it's given to you and you didn't work for it. Bro, I have so many examples of this. Like, I'll have family members be like, yo, put me on. And I don't do it very often because I just know how it goes. But there's been people where I'm like, yo, just here, you can have access to the AMZ Masterclass. Like, go get it. There's only been one person who has ever went and taken that information and launched a business. Meanwhile, you have students who pay thousands for it. And because they paid for it and they value it, they're going and starting a business. So that's a literal perfect example of this. Nobody values anything that's for free. People who, and not saying anyone in this live, but generally, if I was sitting there and I was just like, yeah, man, let's hop on a call and I'll teach you everything about Amazon, right? If I gave all 33 people in this live free access to me, right? 1% of them. Well, hold on. I'm using the number. I'm not saying anything about y'all. I'm sure there's some hustlers in here, but just if we were to take 33 people, one of them will actually use that information and run with it. The rest of them will just waste your time, for real. That's why there's a paywall behind the AMZ Masterclass. There's very rarely a student who will get the program and then just not do anything with it. Once I have more disposable income, I want to buy your mentorship just for access to your PPC. Let's go, FB. Yeah, man, it really is great. It's hard to see it, or it's hard to understand how good it is when you're not in the program. But it's almost like opening up like in the movies, like opening up a little treasure box and it starts shining out at you. Like, everybody can claim that, oh yeah, I have the best ad strategy and all of this stuff. But when it really comes down to it, there's a reason where people who, and I'm not saying other programs aren't good. I'm not trying to down talk or I'm not that guy. But there's a reason why other people in other programs who join the AMZ Masterclass later all tell me it's the best PPC guide that they have seen. I literally just posted a video about a screenshot with messages of somebody, I think 2 days ago or something like that. This isn't federal government, folks. No handouts here. Yeah, I don't do Section 8 Amazon. What do you sell? For reasons of, here's how much money I make. Here are the products I sell. For all the people who don't know what to sell, I don't tell people my products. I can tell you my top categories: health and household, home and kitchen, Those are like the two hitters, health and household. And yes, I had two mentors when I started, my cousins. Roughly how many SKUs do you have? 50 plus, including variations. On that account right there, it's 9 SKUs, but across accounts, 50 plus. But some of those are variations. Keep that in mind. So like a blue, a green, a red, a black of all the same product. I didn't count how many ones that we got. Do we want to do product research this live? Let's do a poll, actually. I think I can do a poll. I just don't remember how to do it. Let's see. Where's a poll? How do you do a poll on TikTok? Poll. There we go. Quick poll. No. Poll. Poll and vote. How do I... Okay, I started a poll, but I have... Okay, I don't know. Crying face, if you don't want me to do product research. Happy face, if you do want to do product research. We have 60 seconds to vote, whichever one wins, and we'll do that. I don't know where you vote. Somewhere here or here or here or here, somewhere. I think you guys actually have to vote. Unless do you just put it in the comments? See, is that how it works? Because we got, yeah, I think you just comment that. So if you just comment that emoji below the typing bar. Okay, it's below the typing bar is where you vote. Thanks, FB. What do we learn from you? It's not the best university. It's not in best university to be fined. I don't know what you mean by that. Him, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. You tap the emoji. Oh, okay, you tap it. Well, that was unsuccessful, but let's do product research. How well do your new students do within 5 months? It's going to range. Here's the thing, guys, and I have a video in my drafts about this. I can give somebody the keys to the castle, but your action, like actually, I give you a treasure map, right? Now, if you have somebody who takes that treasure map and they make it their life mission, I am going to find this treasure, versus somebody who I give the treasure map to and they're just like, this is cool, but I'm going to sit on the beach and I'm going to drink some coconuts. And maybe if I feel like doing it, I'll do it. That's finding the treasure. That's the analogy of the success. It depends how hard you work. It depends on how well you implement the strategies. It's like going to college and saying like, if I go to Harvard, what are the guarantees that I'm going to have a 6-figure a month paying job or 6-figure a year paying job right after I graduate? Well, it's like, well, how well did you do? Or actually, let's use graduation in general. If I go to Harvard, am I guaranteed that I'm going to graduate? Well, I don't know. Did you do your homework? Did you attend the seminars? Did you do the work? You know what I mean? It's on the person. You recommend Seller Central or Vendor Central? They're two completely different things. If you're selling on Amazon like I do, it's Seller Central. All right. Let's do this. Let's say if we do everything, then how much in 5 months? There's too many factors in this. Have you guys noticed that, like, if you go to college, they don't make any guarantees on what you're going to do in the real world or how well you're going to do in school or anything like that? What do they tell you? If you get good grades, then you will graduate and you will have this degree. That is like any program that is making you guys guarantees, just know that is literally illegal in the United States per FTC guidelines. That's why so many course sellers and mentors get in trouble from the FTC, get in trouble by the FBI, because they know, the FTC knows that there's too many factors in business. What I can guarantee is that you'll know everything that you need to know about selling on Amazon. What you do with that information, like we have my boy Kev, he's in the live, he's one of the students. Kev ran with the information. He implemented good strategies, good differentiations. He was doing good. I made a couple videos recently about one of my students, Jag. Jag had a great differentiator. Jag took major action, and before he ran out of stock, did 15K in top line revenue on his very first product that he sold. It's going to depend. It's going to depend. How well did you differentiate your product? I also made a video recently. We're going to do it right now, Sea Urchin. I'm pulling up the data. Sorry, I'm yapping. But I had a student who, and I made a video about this recently, a student who failed on Amazon. I give them, they have all the same strategies as the students who do succeed and the students who do win. He comes and he's like, bro, I'm having issues with my conversion, this and that. Oh, first off, he didn't differentiate his product. In the program, I talk about differentiation so much. We have so many lessons. We have so many group calls about differentiation, right? Doesn't differentiate the product. Okay, well, now he's live. He can't go back on this order and differentiate. And we're going to do product research, y'all. I'm pulling everything up, so don't you worry. Hop on a call with the team, Cobbs. I don't say the price on TikTok Live. We have too many packages that cater to different people, so it depends. So he's like, bro, I'm struggling with my conversion, all of these things. I'm running ads. I've already spent so much money on ads and they're not converting. I'm like, bro, how many reviews do you have? He's like, I have a few. I was like, why did you even start? Again, same thing in the program. I say, don't run reviews or don't run ads. So you have 10 to 15 reviews. Always push for more reviews. Like we literally have a section in the program titled reviews in all caps. So bro starts running ads. I'm like, okay, listen, you have to make X. So we hop on a one-on-one call and I audit his account. I audit his listing. I'm like, okay, bro, you need to change this. You need to change this. You need to optimize this. You got to pump the brakes on ads. You got to, go and push for more reviews. Fine program. I don't suggest this, but I allegedly know people who utilize friends and family, but I don't suggest that. And so he's like, okay, sweet. A couple weeks later, he messages me and he's like, bro, I've spent thousands on ads and I'm so in the red on my product. I'm like, brother, how many reviews do you have? He's like, yeah, I didn't push for any more reviews. And it's like, bro, I can give you the treasure map, but if you don't want to go find the treasure, like there's only so much somebody can do. At the end of the day, in my opinion, the biggest thing for becoming successful in anything is shifting your mindset. Everything is my fault, and how can I navigate this? I learned that in that's a great 100% agree. That's Kev, one of the students. In the 10X rule, it talks about taking total accountability. While we rant, what category do you guys want to do product research in? Drop in the comments. I'm getting it all pulled up right now. We'll do some live product research. So talks about taking full accountability. Now I'm going to give an example right now that I just want to throw out there. I know this example is the most extreme side of things. Okay. So I'm not saying fully believe this part, but it's to shift your mindset. So you're driving, somebody rear ends you, right? A lot of people are like, blame. How could you do this? How could you do this? But like taking total accountability is, well, I chose to leave at the time that I did. I chose to be going as fast as I was going. I chose to be in the lane that I was in, right? All of these things. Now, is that the most exaggerated version? You can drop the questions in the chat 99. I don't get people in the live that I don't know, respectfully, but my friend. Is that the most extreme version of it? Am I saying literally you getting rear-ended is your fault? No. But the point is taking full accountability of everything. I chose to not look in the rearview mirror, see how close they were to me. Exactly. So again, not literally your fault if you get rear-ended on the road, but it's to shift your mindset. Take accountability for everything. Like we had one of our Amazon account, drop a different one instead of decor. Z4, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Let's do something. I mean, I guess we could do decor. Yeah, we could do that. So we'll do home decor. Why not? I'm not the bank, brother. I can loan you 500K at a 300% interest, or you could go to the bank where people actually get money. Anyways, so we lost an Amazon account, lost 40 grand worth of inventory. Did I say, I made a video about it, and like I literally told the whole story, and in the story, it's like clearly our fault. And everybody's like, how could you still sell on Amazon after that happened to you? It's like, well, it was our fault. Like, take accountability, straight up. Product research and apparel, that would be a kicker, huh? What do you sell, and do you manage it yourself? Yeah, I manage it myself. I don't share what I sell. There's no benefit to me sharing it on the internet. Here's how much money I make. Here's the product that I sell on Amazon for all of you to go sell. That doesn't really math. The math ain't mathin'. Every time I find a profitable product with a good distributor, my invoices never get accepted. Completely different business model than I do, Aiden. I don't need a warehouse for what I do. It's very hands-off. People just be typing stuff. Yeah, man. The internet's a fun place. I've been doing this long enough to, I've always had a pretty thick skin, but I've been doing this long enough to just, it's just a lot of nonsense. But it's mostly good. Like literally we get, like, let's say we get 100 comments in a live, 97 of them are like all of you who are just genuinely trying to learn. And then there's like the 1 to 3 buzzers just talking for the sake of talking. I do private label, Aiden. I sell my own products, my own brands. Is this 1 year or full-time sales? No, this is 1 year, year to year. September, end of September 2024 to end of September 2025. It's not in a warehouse or in-house, 99. I have products shipped from overseas to Amazon's fulfillment centers to the customer. If you make, I actually love this question. If you make good money on Amazon, why do you sell a course? What's the correlation? Actually, I've never answered it this way. What's the correlation? Gary Vee owns one of the largest media brands in the US. He sells information. Alex Hormozy has made multiple $40 million plus exits. He sells information. Andy Frisilla owns a $600+ million supplement company. He sells information. Ed Milet is worth, I think, $1 billion. He sells information. What's homie's name? What's the homie who used to own Quest? Tom Bilyeu. Tom Bilyeu sold Quest for $1 billion plus. He sells information. Oh man. Yeah, I'm not. See, remember how I said it's 97% of people leaving good comments with 100, and then you got the busters. There's a buster. We won't even acknowledge that anymore. I can explain it, but it's like, what are you going to say? I'll usually answer those questions because genuinely, like, some people are really curious, and then they're like, "Oh man, like, thanks for explaining that." Like, no problem. And then, like I said, then you have the 1% busters. Within 1% busters in my lives. The world is 90% busters. Hey Luke, love you, bro. Love you more, Iced Tea. Let's go. I got my first FBM product. Why does it say that it's ineligible for featured offer price? FBM, sometimes that happens. I don't do FBM. Elnor, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. What countries are best for sourcing products from? India, China, Pakistan. There's some other good ones, but China's definitely one of the best. Bro, you're not making any sense. Genuinely. Is this the guy who also asked to get in my live? Do you see why I don't get people in my lives, by the way, y'all? Because sometimes you have busters in here. People don't see the work that you put in for your students. That's why, yeah, man. You go find me one student who says that I scammed them, and I'll give you $1,000. What did you start at the beginning to get your first sales? Amazon private label. Started with it, still do it to this day. Bro said, make up your mind. You said you don't ship from China. Actually, no. You asked me. Here, I can pin your comment since you don't remember. Actually, I can't pin both. You said, so you own your warehouse, or do you own your own warehouse, or in-house? Listen, man, your comments are just gonna get ignored now. It ranges. They don't know. I always tell people, hop on a call with my team. If you want to send me a DM, I can let you know via DMs. I don't say it on live just because we have so many different packages for different people. So I don't want people to have like the one thing. The one thing in mind. Weren't you debating with some FBM dude last week? He does arbitrage and wholesale. That's Hamza. Him and I are cool. Everybody thought we were beefing in that live, but no, it was just a friendly debate, man. And we're gonna do it again this week, God willing, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right. I was yapping for another 10 minutes, so let's do this. Product research. Remember, the whole point of me doing this, I'm not here to hand anybody a product. I'm showing you the process of how I do product research. Do not think that I'm about to hand out a product for everybody to go sell, because I purposely don't do that. Also, this part requires everybody's participation, because I already know how to do product research. So this is for all of you. Give me a product to sell, bro. I got for you, Rob. I got you, man. I'll give you all my products. Unfortunately, we live in a world where disagreement is seen as hate. Yeah, I can also agree with that. I'm ready for that free product. You got a product, Alex, my boy. I'll give you a free product too. You can have it all. You can have my brands, bro. For all those likes you'd be giving on the live. I'm 18, about have 20K saved up this month. Should I switch from Shopify to Amazon? You can expand from Shopify to Amazon, but at the end of the day, like, and this goes for everybody, don't just ask some person on the internet, including myself, should I do XYZ with my money? It's what interests you. So it's like, do you want to sell on Amazon? Or if you're already doing good on Shopify, you can also expand on Shopify and then potentially bring your products, if they are in good markets, over to Amazon. But like, let's pretend you did ask me and I was like, yeah, bro, you should do it. And then you're like, okay, well, this dude on TikTok Live told me that I should do it. You gotta want the certain things for you. You know what I mean? Where can I get my registration extract? What extract? Private label isn't worth it if you don't have a lot of money, though. I mean, a lot of money is relative. What do you consider a lot of money? User 58. A lot of money can be different to other people, but if you have 3 to 6K, I think private label is the business for you. Is that a lot of money to some people? Yes. 4 to 5K minimum. Okay. I was just making sure that you weren't going to say 15, 20K or something like that. Yeah. I mean, if you don't have the money, then save up. I didn't have the money when I wanted to start private label. I was working a job. I started working overtime, and then I saved the money to get it. Doing really good with my first product, but I'm stuck trying to farm for new products. Any advice? It's a numbers game. Keep going. I'm hoping to hit 100K a month by the end of 2025. Are you already selling? Or is this a troll? If you're already selling, congratulations to you. W, let's get it. Q4 on the way. Where did you learn to start selling? Already at 20K a month right now? It depends on the product that you have. If you have a very Q4 intensive product, it is very possible. But that is a big jump. Keep that in mind. Next goal, 50K. But 20K a month, absolutely amazing. W, no discredit or downplaying that, because that is genuinely amazing. I learned how to start selling on Amazon from my cousins. They were my mentors. I used to work for them back when I was a 9-to-5er, and they taught me how to start selling on Amazon. Shout out to them. Would not be in this position if it wasn't for them and God's plan. I've heard, if that's I only know the first name. I don't know the last name. Ange, I've heard, I'm not the type who talks bad about other creators and stuff like that, but I'll be honest with you. If that's the person, I think that's the one who like flexes the G-Wagon and stuff. Terrible. I've had people join her program and then come over to mine. They tell me how terrible it is. She like proxy students to some person from Russia, and just not a good program at all. If I'm thinking of the right person. If I'm not, then I could be mistaken. I just know the first name. It has a big following on TikTok as well. Those are the kind of people who give people like me a bad name when it comes to giving information. All things, thank you for the follow. Okay. It's funny because when we don't do product research, sometimes we get like slow lives. And then when I say that we're going to do product research, the lives are popping. And then I always get distracted. Yeah, I heard that's her. I heard she charges insane price for her mentorship. Honestly, an insane price for the mentorship, I don't think is bad, but is the value there, right? So like information is priceless essentially if you have good enough information. Not only information, but if it's just like, here's a course, this is what you get, here are video guides, it's just your basic, I could have learned this on YT. Like, yeah, I agree with Rob. Value over price always, but is the value there? Which in that case, I don't think so. All right. Keep asking your questions. We'll do some product research. Why is Jungle Scout still? I mean, not Jungle Scout, Helium 10. We don't want that. We don't like Helium 10 anymore. All right. So remember, this part requires all of your participation because I already know how to do product research. So this isn't for me. This is for all of you. I'm going to scroll through. This is the search method. I type something in, generic home decor, right? So now we're going to see a bunch of different home decor products here. We're going to find a product. Step one is find a product that catches our eye, and then I'm going to show you how to analyze that potential market. You guys drop in the comments which product we look at. I'm not going to pick because, again, I know how to do product research. Now, if you pick a product and I say, here's why it's not good, X, Y, Z reason, don't be like, man, he just told me to pick a product. No, that's how you learn, okay? Rob, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. All right, so I'm going to scroll through. You guys tell me, and gals tell me when you see a product that catches your eye. First comment always wins. Vanessa, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Remember, first comment always wins. Quick think. Speed answers all problems in the market. So we'll go slow here. LED. So I avoid electronic products. They have one of the highest return rates on Amazon. So I wouldn't even spend my time on that product. The candle lamp warmer. This is actually a market I've seen so many people launch in. but it's also electronic. You're going to have a really high average return rate. No, I don't like Jungle Scout or Helium 10. I use Data Dive. So, did I miss this live because I'm working on online part of the business? Nice, man. Pillows, 119,000 reviews. The average reviews in this market are going to be insanely high. I would never touch that. So look, do you guys see how there's products that some of you may have clicked on, which there's nothing wrong with that. But the reason that we do this is because now when you're doing product research yourself, you know what you're looking for, or you know some of the things that you're looking for. So you're like, so now it gives you more time that actually have potential. No, I have my own listings, Aiden. I have my own brand, so nobody sells under my listings. So let's keep going. First comment always wins. Gaming, thank you for the follow. How are you able to make your first sale? I feel like it's hard with 0 sold on any listing. Nope, not at all. Adding value to the market, my friend. Creating something that people want. Getting reviews, which is social proof for your product. Running PPC ads to drive traffic to the listing. Vase, same thing. FB. I don't know where that was, but vase, fragile items, clothing, shoes, electronic products have some of the highest return rates on Amazon. Wouldn't even spend my time looking at the market. But for the record, I will say that I already saw one product that I know. But remember, I'm not here to pick a product for you guys. I'm here to teach you guys how to do product research. What do you recommend for people beginning, get started? Fake plant, which one? This one right here. So this one, super low average price, even in a 4-pack. So the average price is likely going to be too low. And then also we have 7.2K reviews. Likely there's going to be other sellers who have high reviews. So that probably won't be ideal either, because we don't want a high review listing. You said $15 one. Where was? Don't see it. Oh, this one? No, that's not dried eucalyptus. Got it. So is running ads on a new listing with 0 sold smart? However many products are sold doesn't make any difference. It's the product that you're launching. Shower caddy. Same thing. Average reviews are probably high. Now we can, if you guys want, we could take a look at one of these. Same thing. So look, both of these are going to be high average reviews. Hey boo, what's up, bae? How you doing? My guy Hamza, the guy everybody thought I was beefing with. That's who we did the live with. Arbitrage versus private label. Very fun. Shoot, I forgot we have beef. Yeah, bro, come on. We're beefing. Can't be in my live talking to me. Just kidding. Just kidding. We're going to do another debate this week too. I get it, but if a listing has 0 reviews, I feel like it's hard to get someone to want to buy it. You get reviews through the Vine program, brother. I know, I'm not suggesting this, but allegedly I know people who use friends and family. So let's really quick, just to show you guys what I mean. Because I keep saying like, okay, this is going to have high average reviews. This is going to have a low price. So let's look. Shower caddy, right? So now let's go up to the Amazon search bar. Let's do shower caddy. Okay. Boom. Shower caddy market. Launch a matcha set. Friends and family is a good option. Allegedly, Rob. You have to say allegedly. Against Amazon's terms of service to have friends and family review your product. I do love matcha, but I don't think I would launch a matcha set. All right, so look. Shower caddy, we see all the products are relevant. I know this is the main keyword just because I've been doing this for a while. So now we're going to pull up our data dive tool. Open dive box. Take a second for the data to load here. And I'm going to show you guys why I originally said no, I would not even look at this product. Show you the data to look at once it loads. When you pull a lot of API data, they love to take so long to load. And it also loves to take so much longer to load anytime I'm doing a presentation. Allegedly, give them the keyword to search and scroll to find your product to buy it. Yeah, allegedly. I know I'm not suggesting it. I know Rob wouldn't suggest it, but allegedly, that's what you, okay, this is actually taking abnormally longer to load. It literally knows that I'm on TikTok live and it just wants to make me look bad. How long you been doing private label? Since January 2019, nearly 7 years. Do we have to refresh this? What is going on, fam? All right, this is actually annoying. There it is. It literally does not ever take me that long. How much did you invest in your first product? $4,900. All right, look. So it's going to show me a bunch of data here. Search volume, total revenue, total sales, median price, median reviews. Aiden, thank you for the follow. I want a product that's under or around 500 average reviews. 3,000, no go. Disqualifies the product. I want a product with a selling price or an average price of at least 30, 18. That's a no-go. Disqualifies it. On this account, over 40% margins. Across accounts, 36% margins. So just these two things disqualify this product for me. If we go and organize it by sellers with most reviews to least, look at, this is Data Dive's niche dive tool, or dive box tool, excuse me. 40K reviews, 30K reviews, 21K reviews, 19, 18, 14, 13, 12, 12, 9, 9, 7, 7, 6. These are your competitors. I don't want to compete with these people. Too many average reviews. How many products you have had over the 7 years? How many products do I actively sell? 50 plus, including variations. Cool tiny sword. Thanks. It's actually from Japan. So this disqualifies it. Now there's another thing that I would look at. So I'm going to come to the filter tab right here. I'm going to go to reviews, right? I'm going to do less than, and then we're going to put in the filter 200, right? There's literally only 3 sellers on page 1 with under 200 reviews. You're going to launch on Amazon with 0 reviews, and then Vine you can get up to 30 and all of that. I want a market where there's a good amount of low reviewed sellers in here, and not only that, I want at least 20%. Now this is where some people skew this. Like there's 3 sellers in here and 2 of them do 10K plus a month. So you're like, oh, that's 20%. No. But I want more than 3 sellers on page 1 under 200 reviews. It's a better indicator of how a new seller or a low reviewed seller like myself would perform. The tool is Data Dive, everybody. And so we see that that wasn't a good market. We would go back to our Amazon search tab where we were looking at home decor products, and we would rinse and repeat that process. But you guys kind of know what to look for. We're not looking for something that one listing has 10, 15, 20, 30,000 average or reviews. We're not looking for a product that's $8.99. We're not looking for no, I purposely don't find good products, y'all. I said that at the beginning of the product. At the beginning of the live. This is to teach you how to fish. It does nothing for anybody in here if I just hand everybody a product, because that's not how you learn. So it's teaching you how to do private or product research. It's not giving you a product to sell, right? Wouldn't recommend it to launch a product below $50. I mean, that's subjective. I have a product that recently launched for $34.99. It does really, really, really well. I would say minimum is $30 price. Find one fish at least. Again, there's no reason for me to do that. I'll teach you how to find a product. Why would I go give everybody a product to sell? That's not business. Should you alter the first product or just get into it? You should always differentiate. Why 30? Just curious. To account for profitability and ad spend. Do people sell lower price products? Yes. But you want to have a good profit margin, a good dollar margin, and then you still have to account for ad costs. So you want to be at least at a 30% margin. That's the minimum pre-Amazon ads. You do private label. I do private label. That is correct. How many different items do you have? 50 plus, including variations. PPC eating my profits. Bro said, hire me. And then he said, I'm just kidding. Lord was good, my friend. There's a lot of things that you can do to fix that. I've had products where, PPC was running up a check and then you're able to fix that. Is there a strategy to find a product and then work with a supplier to improve it before listing it? Correct. How do I ship a product if Amazon's down right now? You kind of have to wait. Amazon is, a lot of websites are down right now. How do you brand these things? What's the process of branding your own? It's going to depend. Every product's going to be different, but you don't want this huge branding that's not very tasteful on your product. Like, I think, like with a water bottle, this is not my product, TikTok. This is not my product. I'm not endorsing it. But how they have their little brand name right here, I think that's very tasteful. Now, if it was just slapped across the entire thing, I wouldn't have bought that product. I don't want your logo slapped across my product. Unless it's Nike shoes, then I'm cool with the swoosh, right? But so it's really going to depend. You want it to be tasteful. You want it to be, some people just do the packaging and they won't brand the product itself. It's going to be different for every product. I got a question. I make my own maple syrup. It's a good idea to sell on Amazon Pro. It's like a double-edged sword, my friend. So like, if you already make it and have distribution elsewhere and you have like a brand around it, maybe you have your own site, then yeah, it could be cool to throw up a listing on Amazon. But if it's like more of a hobby and you're like, hey, I like making maple syrup, so I want to go sell it on Amazon, it's not necessarily a good market on Amazon itself. For brand, do you put generic or what's the process for that? No, I have my own brand. What is a high return rate percentage in your opinion? It's going to depend on every category, but like, for me, anything above a 5% return rate is too much for me. Not too much, but like that's a lot. On average, I have less than a 2% return rate across products. How do you make your own brand, get it trademarked? So you stay away from electronics. Can you suggest a genre that you would go towards? It's easier for me to say the products that I would avoid. Everything else is fair game. Electronics, avoid. Clothing, shoes, fragile items, seasonal items, trending items. You don't want a trending product, especially something that went like this and then is going down like that. Jewelry, consumables, topicals being something that you put on your body. Should I drop out of college majoring in business? I can't answer that question for you, my friend. Nor should you take the advice of just somebody on the internet, what you should do with your life. Can you become brand registered just branding on the packaging and not the product itself? Yes. Why have a real I have a real business with 5,000 maples and I already sell it at 25 grocery stores. Then yeah, it could help you on Amazon. Skincare category, good. Like I just said, no topicals. Skincare is something that is a topical that you put on your skin. No, bad category. I don't do wholesale, Royal. I create my own brands. How much does it cost to trademark your brand? It depends who you go through, but on average, like $1K. Let's do this really quickly. Y'all see the value that I give on these lives. So I have to do a shameless shill right now. So, shameless plug, shameless shill. For anybody who wanted a more in-depth guide on how to sell on Amazon, have me as your mentor, have me select your product for you, have all of my strategies to launch, start, scale, and all of these things. Yeah, very shameless. We always do this, but I give so much value that I'm allowed to do this. Jab, 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 right hook, Gary V. Go to the TikTok bio, AMZ Masterclass. You're able to apply for the mentorship. You guys can see everything that I provide inside of the program. It's not just a course. You have access to me, our private FB group, weekly coaching calls. We're doing multiple calls a week. Access to the AMZ Masterclass Freight Forwarder. On average, students save 30 to 50% on shipping. We have product selection where I'll select your product for you based on the criteria that I use. The most in-depth Amazon ad guide that you will find on the internet. Not once have I found anyone who said otherwise. Product inspection service, bookkeeping service, an Amazon AI software that I created, a sourcing service. Come on, TikTok, why'd you do that? Hold on. Because it does not comply. Feed, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Anyways, and all of that is lifetime access, multiple services that I created. You'd click, yes, I want to apply. Go through this little quick application right here. And if you qualified for the program, you would be prompted to book a call with my onboarding coach, Adam, to apply for the program, the Harvard of Amazon FBA private label education. Trademark and LLC are two completely different things, Aiden. Do you have your own warehouse or let Amazon handle shipping? I do not have my own warehouse. Amazon handles everything. But on that note, everybody, it's been a very productive live. We've been at it for over an hour. Make sure you guys go show some love to my last few videos. Obviously, a mentorship isn't in the cards for everybody. Totally understand that. That's why I do these lives. That's why I have so much free content. But for those who did want to learn how to sell on Amazon with my exact strategies, have direct access to me, or learn to take their Amazon brand to the next level, AMZ Masterclass is for you. I hope everybody has a blessed rest of their night. And a blessed rest of their week. I will be live tomorrow. Make sure you turn on live notifications. I go live at different times all the time. I don't really have a schedule for that. It's when I want to go live. So turn on live notifications so that you can tap into when the lives are actually happening. I hope you all have a blessed one, and I will see you soon.